In a city that never slept, tucked away in a quiet alley, stood an old lamppost. Rust clung to his sides like old memories, and his light was a faint, weary sigh against the night. He watched the towering skyscrapers, their lights shimmering like a galaxy of artificial stars, and his metal heart ached with a quiet envy. Along the main avenue, the bright modern LED lamps gossiped in beams of pure white. "Look at him," they'd sneer, their voices sharp and cold. "He should retire. Down there, no one even notices him." The old post would hear their words carried on the wind and sigh, a puff of dim light. He'd try to shine brighter, straining his ancient filament until it flickered, but only a tiny desperate spark would escape. His time, he thought, had long passed. Every night was the same. The city's vibrant glow painted the glass of the buildings around him, and he would lose himself in those reflections. He dreamed of a different life, one where he stood tall on a grand boulevard, guiding cheering crowds, his light a beacon in the living, breathing heart of the city. He wasn't just a forgotten relic, he was a silent observer, a dreamer made of iron and rust. He'd stretch his neck, trying to reach for the distant, dazzling glow of the city center. Sometimes, fireflies would dance around his head, their small bright flashes almost mocking his feeble attempts to compete. He tried to mimic the rhythmic pulse of the neon signs, flickering on and off, but he could never keep up. He was old, slow, and forgotten. But then, he noticed something. At his base, nestled in a crack in the pavement, a small flower had bloomed. It was a simple thing, easily overlooked. Yet, every night, as his dim light washed over it, its petals would unfold. He realized with a jolt that felt like a gentle current that his light was its sun. "At least," he whispered to the quiet alley, "someone needs me." This small, fragile life depended on his faint glow. And for the first time, that was enough. One night, the sky turned a menacing shade of gray. A terrible storm rolled in, a symphony of roaring thunder and violent wind. The city's power grid, usually so invincible, began to falter. One by one, like stars being snuffed out, the bright lamps and dazzling neon signs went dark. A profound, unsettling blackness fell over the entire city. The old post trembled, not from the wind, but from the sudden, overwhelming silence. Then, a new sound cut through the howl of the storm, the soft cry of a lost child. She stood in the middle of the street, her small frame shivering, clutching a broken umbrella. Her world was a terrifying void of darkness. But then, she saw it. A faint, flickering glow. It was the old lamppost, sparking weakly, but refusing to give up. Seeing her fear, something ignited within him. He gathered every last bit of energy he had, pulling from a reserve of strength he never knew he possessed. With a final, heroic effort, he blazed to life, shining with a brilliance he had only ever dreamed of. For a few precious seconds, the entire street was bathed in a warm, steady light. The little girl looked up, and a smile broke through her tears. She walked towards the light, towards safety. Soon, other figures emerged from the shadows, drawn by that single, defiant beacon in the overwhelming darkness. The post glowed with what felt like tears of electricity, a profound joy surging through him. He had finally fulfilled his purpose. When the storm passed, the morning sun revealed a city ready to heal. Workers arrived to repair the downed power lines, and soon the big streetlights flickered back to life. But this time, something was different. People pointed and talked, not about the blackout, but about the one small street that had remained a sanctuary of light. The old post stood tall, the little flower at his base still swaying gently, alive and well. He looked at the distant city lights, but this time they didn't seem to sneer. They seemed to shine with a newfound respect. Not every light is meant to be seen from afar. Some are destined to shine only to show the right path at exactly the right moment. Even the smallest light can illuminate the greatest journey. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more tales from the city. Stay bright